The second question I have for you is about resilience and grit. You have gone through so many things in your life that have challenged you, and yet you still rise. You still go after it. You still get after it. How do you keep yourself going? How do you keep the fire alive, even though you have been challenged so hard in your life?
There is not a simple answer to that, but I will try to unpack it as much as possible. I mean, harkening back to just having so much time alone, it's part of the aspect of, me having to take care of things on my own, me having to figure things out. If I didn't have something, I would make it. And that is just a core ideology that has stuck with me because it's something that I was raised with. The second aspect of that is maintaining curiosity. And even though I had my moments of not being in a curious space, I still have that inclination that is just deep within of what else is there? What else is there to explore? And of course, life itself will answer in kind. So there's that old adage of you can sink or swim, but there's also treading water. And I choose to swim or tread water. And I've had my moments of just wanting to give up. That is a natural part of dealing with these situations. But once you overcome one thing, you can utilize that as a reminder of what you've overcome. And that'll propel you to overcome the next thing. So now that propels a person to overcome even bigger or different things, because now you know that you have the tool set to be able to achieve this. And that kind of gives a little more power to what a person can do. Having someone to fight for, like standing up for my daughter, protecting her, ensuring that she gets a decent childhood, is also another factor that I definitely feel has supported my resiliency. Being a little crazy helps too, like Lieutenant Dan screaming at the storm in, what was that movie? Forrest Gump. And not putting too much burden on struggles or beating oneself up over a time of struggle. One aspect of struggle is, as a parent, I've recognized this within myself, that I want to protect my daughter from struggles. And that is not a good thing. If someone does not know how to overcome struggles early on, it becomes very challenging for them to overcome struggles later on. So I don't pretend to be my daughter's savior, but I'll be her soundboard and I will give her some guidance, but oftentimes she doesn't take it. Tying in that little aside is I don't make a big deal out of the struggle. I don't make a big deal out of the situations. It's like, okay, if I need to cry, I will process it, and then I move on. If I let it sink in too deep, if I let it take me over, it's going to be a lot harder to get through the situation. And what I mean by letting it sink in too deep, if I don't handle it or don't express immediately, if I just bottle it up and hold it in, it's going to be more challenging to really have that clarity, have that mindset of strategy to overcome the challenges in life. Overall, if there is a challenge, a struggle that you are dealing with that comes your way, face it head on. Don't wait. Don't deliberate. The time that takes just increases the problem, and it increases its power and hold over you because you're giving too much energy to it instead of seeing it for what it actually is and seeing the way through it. And to put a final note on that, resilience really does take a love for life, a curiosity to want to explore more, and a knowledge of yourself, of what you've overcome, and a knowledge that there's always more to experience in life. And a final note on that is remembering what you've asked from life. So one of the things that I recall is wanting to live life to the fullest. I don't advise that, but that is what I've gotten from life. And once I connected with the fact that, hey, I asked for this, I really can't say I would change a thing.